Ladies and gentlemen, hello, and you are watching TTV News, some latest events in the province, and now coming to details. Ladies and gentlemen, the opening ceremony of Badam Mountain Spring Festival Dim, Scent and Beauty of TayNin took place in the evening of January 25, 2023, on the fourth day of the Lunar New Year of Rapid, at Badam Mountain Historical, Cultural and Tourism Relief Site in TayNin Province. Spring Festival is the present that TayNin offers to people and visitors that visit TayNin on the occasion of the new spring, while also contributing to the reservation and promotion of the province's distinctive cultural assets.
Mr. Nguyễn Văn Nên, Politburo member and Secretary of Ho Chi Minh City Party Committee, and Mr. Trần Lưu Quang, member of the Party Central Committee and Deputy Prime Minister, both attended the ceremony. On the side of neighboring provinces, there were the attendance of Mr. Lê Tiến Châu, member of the Party Central Committee, and Secretary of Hải Phòng City Party Committee, and Ms. Trần Tuệ Hiền, Chairwoman of Bình Phước Provincial People's Committee. On the side of TayNin Provincial Leadership, there was Mr. Nguyễn Thành Tâm, member of the Party Central Committee, Secretary of TayNin Provincial Party Committee, and Chairman of the Provincial People's Council. Former provincial leaders, members of the Provincial Party Standing Committee, members of the Provincial Party Executive Committee, leaders of departments, agencies, provinces, districts, towns, city, religious organizations, businesses, and a large number of tourists also attended the ceremony. Mr. Nguyễn Thanh Ngọc, Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee, ran for officially launching the Spring Festival of Badam Mountain in 2023. To commemorate the Spring Festival, a re-chapter art program includes Chapter 1 Traditional Spring, Chapter 2 Spring and Youth, Chapter 3 Badam Mountain in Spring opens with performances by notable Ho Chi Minh City singers and artists. The program also features an interchange with special guests who are children of TayNin who have won top honors in beauty contests, including Miss Universe Vietnam 2022 Nguyễn Thị Ngọc Châu and Vietnam Tourism runner-up Trần Thị Trúc Linh on promoting TayNin tourism and building a bridge to introduce TayNin land and people, features to domestic and international friends. Their program has created a spring festival space that is imbued with identity, brilliant and joyful with emotions, aspirations, dreams, and beliefs for TayNin homeland, contributing to promoting the cultural beauty of Badam Mountain Festival in particular, and TayNin in general, to domestic and foreign tourists, attracting more tourists to TayNin. At the end of the event, there was an artistic fireworks display to entertain the numerous tourists from all around that come to TayNin on the opening night. It is known that Badam Mountain Spring Festival in 2023 will last until February 6, 2023, the 16th day of lunar calendar, and that there will be many unique cultural and artistic events, as well as numerous appealing experiences for tourists. The opening ceremony of Badam Mountain Spring Festival in 2023 is also the inaugural event for the World TayNin campaign, which includes numerous different and appealing cultural and tourism activities. It is the highlight for the province tourism industry in the new year.
During the 7 days of the Lunar New Year vacation in 2023, the condition of traffic order and safety in the region were drastically improved thanks to extreme involvement of functional forces, the heart of which is the Traffic Police Force of TayNin Public Security. When visiting to ensure spring and welcome Tet, the province is certain to provide excellent service. TayNin Police Traffic Police Force has strengthened its work of grasping the situation, rapidly developing plan, and concentrating force to ensure safety and security on New Year Eve. Badam Mountain Spring Festival and brings Flower Market area from January 20 to 26, 2023, i.e. the 29th to the 5th day of the Lunar New Year. The province traffic order and safety situation is solid, notably before, during, and after New Year Eve. There is no unlawful racing, and persons engaging in traffic on observed rules seek transparency. In the future, the traffic police force will collaborate with other police forces to maintain the peak of traffic safety assurance, strictly handle violations of traffic safety regulation, particularly the control and handling of traffic violation on thematic offense. The driver of a vehicle on the road with bruises in his body, violating the alcohol concentration, handling vehicle carrying out goods exceeding the law limit, oversight limit, arbitrarily converted into truncated limit, allow overspeed. In addition, the traffic police increase their fire and remain operating on traffic rules in order to ensure robust traffic safety.
The People's Committees of Tân Biên, Tân Châu, and Châu Thành districts have been organizing a review of landmarks in the field and drawing up a map of the settlement of the land to serve as a basis for formulating the plan for allocation and lease according to regulations. The localities have submitted the model of planting producing forests for uniform application in the province to the Provincial People's Committee for review and approval. To date, Tân Biên, Tân Châu, and Châu Thành districts People's Committee have issued judgments allowing exploitation doses for more than 464 hectares. Contract households have exploited more than 407 hectares and replanted more than 215 hectares. The Agriculture and Rural Development sector of TayNinh has established a project on planting scattered trees in TayNinh province in the 2021-2025 period to implement the Prime Minister's project on planting 1 billion trees in the 2021-2025 period and submitted it to the Provincial People's Committee for consideration, approval, and implementation. In 2022, 244,000 various seedlings were allotted from the budget invested by the province for organizations and individuals planting in the province, completing 100% of the plan, planting almost 210 hectares of new forests and 244,000 dispersed trees, caring for 653 hectares of rotation and special use forests, and meeting 100% of the plan.
Turn to other news. According to TayNinh Agricultural Cluster and Value Chain Development Project, durian is considered as a very high close-to-chain potential. TayNinh Agricultural says that durian root seeder should practice good agriculture, apply quality standards such as Global Gap and Big Gap, and create a traceability system. The consumer market will be more stable since the products would be of excellent quality and competitively priced. In Bodong Commune, the Center for Agricultural Extension, in conjunction with Nho Technology Co. Ltd., recently hosted a workshop on the production process of root tree according to VGAP requirements. The workshop helped farmers grasp very sensor policy and the production process of root trees, particularly durian trees, in accordance with VGAP requirements in order to produce high-quality, competitive goods that are popular in a variety of markets. Bodong Commune is one of 51 locations awarded a farming area core by the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development. Bodong Cooperative has 50% of its durian growing member easier VGAP certificate. The rest are just waiting for the certification procedure. This is the remarks for durian root originating from Bodong to establish an exclusive brand in the meantime, along with the advantage of being rented a planting area course. The people of Bodong are more observed to grow durian according to VGAP standard. There will be more partners to link the production-consumption chain of these brand products. Farmers can reach thanks to VGAP standard agricultural products.
TayNinh province now has around 8,000 hectares of cluster apple tree. According to the visions of the agricultural sector, the province will produce 300 hectares of cluster apple with high technology application in Thành Tân Commune, TayNinh City by 2030. There are now 20 fire hydrants producing according to VGAP requirements and using underground water for irrigation on the region focused to build the cluster apple production area with high technology application. According to the orientation, the agricultural sector will continue to assist people in expanding the area of cluster apple production according to VGAP standards in order to develop a specialized farming area to supply raw materials for the processing facility of TayNinhTV Cluster Apple Cooperative. According to the socialization source, the implementation cost is over 70 billion Vietnam dong.
Ladies and gentlemen, the attitude and conditions of young soldiers enjoying death away from home for the first time is different. But above all, they determined to fulfill the work properly because they always feel the warmth of spring love and sentimental attachment of comrades and teammates. Young soldiers singing "My Life is a March" during the solemn moment of passing from the old to the new year couldn't help but feel a mix of grief and delight. Sad because, for the first time away from home, there is no environment to spend New Year Eve with parents and siblings, but also glad because each soldier thinks he has grown up and become stronger as a result of months of army training, with the honest affection of comrades. With a shoulder that full of joy and happiness, Soldier Nguyễn Đức Thịnh from Gò Dầu, who enrolled in the Army in 2022, studied that the unit had promoted a plan to read death. Anton had psychologically prepared for the death holiday with the commander and colleagues. A temporary death away from home is not too tall for them because it will be a nice memory of soldier life. This year is the first year that I celebrated in the Army for the first time, and I feel sad when I'm away from home. But I'm encouraged by comrades and comrades to help me complete tasks. It can be seen that even though they miss their family, friends, and relatives, the soldiers all think that you must be dedicated and responsible in protecting peace for the homeland and the country. I have a few messages to tell my family that parents should rest assured that I celebrated in the Army is very cozy. Lieutenant Nguyễn Bá Hiệp, captain of the armed team, Suối Lam Border Gas Station, said he had comrades soldier and the duty of maintaining the border quiet for people to enjoy that. The comrade affection and concern, as well as the warm and pleasant environment in days before and during that, have helped grow more stable at the border. When the gentle spring air warms the soldier every day, they together to salute the club on the border side. There is more love for the motherland and passion for the homeland, sending our hearts to follow in his footsteps. In addition to the border guard patrol duty, he also organized for the border to enrich the Russian forte this year. Although the epidemic situation was less difficult, but you still have ensured that you are on duty to protect the border so that the people can have a warm and happy day. Task of protecting the fatherland and keeping the people peace is the most important. The story of soldiers who celebrated in the Army for the first time is like an experience, one to be themselves and in the depths of the soldier soul. This memory will never fade away. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for today TTV News. Thank you for watching and see you next time.